This is the story of how Jay and I met and ended up converting and living full-time in a school bus. This story begins in May of 2016. Look how happy I was. Okay, I wasn't actually this happy. I was pretty scared. I didn't know what I wanted to do with the rest of my life. Basketball had always been a huge part of my life, and I lost in the semifinals for our conference every single year.
It's a Cuddy. Cuddy's going to have to shoot. Puts up the three. Shot. Now the girls will take a tough loss here.
I wasn't ready to give it up just yet, and I wasn't ready for the real world either. Then the opportunity came for me to continue playing basketball in England while also getting my master's degree, so I went. I was scared and excited about leaving everything behind. It felt like a new beginning, but I was ready for it. I lived in one of the basketball houses, and then one day this tall, handsome fellow who I had never seen before walked into the kitchen. I tried to play it cool, but had word vomit and literally said, "Damn, who was that?" way louder than just in my head. He thought I was annoying, but I didn't find that out until later, so clueless me kept bothering him. One day I made buffalo chicken dip for the house. Jay tried it and loved it so much he asked me to make more. The buffalo chicken dip was definitely the turning point in our relationship because from that day on we were pretty much inseparable. Jay actually came home with me during Christmas break 1 month after we knew each other. We weren't even officially boyfriend and girlfriend yet. My parents were so confused as to who this random guy was staying in our house for the week. I guess when you know, you just know. As corny as that sounds. March 2017 was a great month. My basketball team won the championship. Jamie was with me through it all. It was the most fun and the best season of my life, and it was after that that I could finally end my career feeling complete. After basketball was over, we'd save up everything we had to travel around Europe. We were pretty much in our own worlds. That's definitely where we caught the travel bug because we couldn't stop. I would watch the days go by, wasted in blue. I was out of use. Now every day, every night, every moment with you, I'm walking on air. And every day, every way, I feel I can't lose. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit. 2017 is also the year that we met our daughter in England, Pippa, and adopted her there. If you think she's cute now, you haven't seen anything yet. She was the cutest little kitten in the entire world. She's just a little ball of fluff. Jamie started his love for building there as well. He was always building crazy things in our tiny apartment that we had moved into.
Saturday night.
We also started a business, Culture Apparel. We didn't really know what we were doing, just that we loved to tie-dye. We've since stopped the business, but we had a lot of fun and learned a lot. With 2018 came an unbelievable amount of stress. I was graduating and my visa was going to be up, and that's when reality came crashing down on us. I had to leave and go back to America. Between the stress of visas, not knowing what we were going to do with the rest of our lives, and the small pond, or large pond, that lay in between us, that was definitely an extremely uncertain time in our lives. But there was one thing that always remained certain. We knew we'd find a way to make it work. We did long distance for about a year. Not going to lie to you guys, it wasn't easy, but it allowed for us to grow so much individually as people, and it definitely has made us way more grateful for our time spent together now.
Oh, you look really tan.
Really?
Yeah.
After a year, Jamie said, "Screw this," and proposed to me. After Jamie proposed, he moved to America. That was a pretty big deal. I know it was extremely hard for him to leave everything he had known his whole life behind, but he did it for me, and that's something I don't thank him enough for. We only had 90 days to get married. You know that show 90 Day Fiancé? Yeah, that's actually a real thing. They say some people dream about their wedding from the time they were a little girl. For some reason, that was never me. We got married about 2 months after Jamie proposed at the courthouse. My sister was the only one there, and it just felt right. We do still plan on having a wedding celebration abroad on a warm beach with our closest family and friends to celebrate sometime in the future. But having a huge typical wedding never felt like us anyways. Basketball had always been the focal point of both of our lives. I personally had never looked far beyond that. So when it was over and I was no longer Kelsey the basketball player and just Kelsey, I felt stuck. I did what I thought I was supposed to do, or rather, what I believed society wanted me to do, and I started working a 9-to-5 job. I had spent my whole life and was $70,000 in debt for this American dream, but I wasn't truly happy. We started to settle down into a routine here in the US, working 9-to-5s. We couldn't help but look around at our lives and wonder, is this really it? We were bored with routine and we were both craving adventure. Then, in March of 2019, Jamie asked me if I wanted to convert a school bus into a tiny home. I thought he was joking at first, but as he showed me more and more school bus conversions, I fell in love. How could I not? We had basically no experience, and it was way harder than we could have ever imagined. Jay and I are two regular people who had one big dream. No matter how much blood, sweat, and tears went into converting the bus, we were never going to give up. We gave up most weekends and were able to complete the build in 8 months. We are no longer Kelsey and Jamie, the basketball players. We are Kelsey and Jamie, the couple who lives in a self-converted school bus. Something that once meant mundane routine now represents complete freedom for us. Freedom to be where we want to be, freedom to be who we want to be, and freedom to go against society's ideology that the American dream is to live in a big house with a white picket fence and that everyone must work a 9-to-5 in order to be happy. That may be some people's dreams, but it was never ours. As we look towards the future, we know there are a lot of question marks and unknowns right now. The unknown can be extremely scary, but we've realized that the fear of not listening to that inner voice that's been whispering inside of us, telling us to follow our true dreams, is even scarier. And while there are so many unknowns about our future, we do know regret is something that would live with us forever, while fear is only temporary. We know that we will continue to follow what we love to do rather than what we think society wants us to do. We may not be exactly where we want to be in life, but we know we are on our way. These next few pages are all blank, and while we're not exactly sure what they may hold, we can't wait to find out.